Hi to everyone that's tuning in to my YouTube channel. I've got some more poems for older children here, and today these poems are about bodies. Things we eat, brothers, sisters, all sorts of things about bodies. It's from this book called The Kingfisher Book of Comic Verse, selected by Roger McGough. The first one is called Rattlesnake Meat. It's by Ogden Nash. A gourmet challenged me to eat a tiny bit of rattlesnake meat, remarking, "Don't look horror-stricken, you'll find it tastes a lot like chicken." It did. Now, chicken I cannot eat because it tastes like rattlesnake meat. The next poem is called Greedy Guts. Here's a picture of the greedy guts. I sat in the cafe and sipped at a Coke. There sat down beside me a whopping great bloke, who sighed as he elbowed me into the wall. "Your trouble, my boy, is your belly's too small. Your bottom's too thin. Take a lesson from me. I may not be nice, but I'm great, you'll agree. And I've lasted a lifetime by playing this hunch. The bigger the breakfast, the larger the lunch. The larger the lunch, then the huger the supper. The deeper the teapot, the vaster the cuppa. The fatter the sausage, the fuller the tea. The more on the table, the better for me." His elbows moved in and his elbows moved out. His belly grew bigger, chins wobbled about. As forkful by forkful and plate after plate, he ate and he ate and he ate and he ate. I hardly could breathe, I was squished out of shape. So under the table I made my escape. "Aha," rejoiced he, "when it's put to the test, the fellow who's fattest will come off the best. Remember, my boy, when it comes to the crunch, the bigger the breakfast, the larger the lunch." And there's a picture of the narrator being squashed. The larger the lunch, then the huger the supper, the deeper the teapot, the vaster the cuppa, the fatter the sausage, the fuller the tea, the more on the table, the better for me. A lady came by who was scrubbing the floor with a mop and a bucket. To even the score, I lifted that bucket of water and said, as I poured the whole lot of it over his head, "I've found all my life it's a pretty sure bet. The fuller the bucket, the wetter you get." That'll teach the greedy guts. This poem's called Ears. Have you ever thought to give 3 cheers for the usefulness of ears? Ears will often spring surprises, coming in such different sizes. Ears are crinkled, even folded. Ears turn pink when you are scolded. Ears can have the oddest habits, standing rather straight like rabbits. Ears are little tape recorders catching all the family orders. Words, according to your mother, go in one ear and out the other. Each side of your head you'll find them. Don't forget to wash behind them. Precious little thanks they'll earn you, hearing things that don't concern you. That's by Max Fatchen. And the last poem is one of my favourites. It's called Sammy. And it's about a little brother who never thinks he's ever going to grow up to do the things that his big brother does. "Oh, I wish I was our Sammy. Our Sammy's nearly 10. He's got 2 worms and a catapult, and he's built an underground den. But I'm not allowed to go in there. I have to stay near the gate, 'cause me mum says I'm only 7. But I'm not. I'm nearly 8. I sometimes hate our Sammy. He robbed my toy car, you know. Now the wheels are missing and the top's broke off and the bleeding thing won't go. And he said when he took it, it was just like that. But it wasn't. It went dead straight. But you cannot say nothing when they think you're 7. And you're not. You're nearly 8. I wish I was our Sammy. You want to see him spit straight in your eye from 20 metres and every time a hit. He's allowed to play with matches and he goes to bed dead late. And I have to go at 7, even though I'm nearly 8. You know our Sammy, he draws nudie women without arms or legs or even heads. In the baths when he goes swimming, but I'm not allowed to go to the baths. Me mum says I have to wait, 'cause I might get drowned, 'cause I'm only 7. But I'm not, I'm nearly 8. You know our Sammy, you know what he sometimes does? He wheezes straight through the letterbox of the house next door to us. I tried to do it one night, but I had to stand on a crate, 'cause I couldn't reach the letterbox. But I will by the time I'm 8.